Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. President Tinubu insists state police says LG autonomy must work, seeks governance support. Vice President Shettima reaffirms federal government's commitment to power reforms as NDPHC turns 20. And Senate confirms Fani, Kayode, Omokri, 60 others as ambassadors. A very good day to you and welcome to First Next News Port Harcourt. I am Becky Usoro. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has urged governors, members of all Progressive Congress APC, and other governors to support the proposal for the establishment of state police and implementation of local government autonomy. President Tinubu, who made the call at the 14th meeting of the APC National Caucus held in Abuja, asked governors to back the judgment of the Supreme Court on local government autonomy. He said it is not enough that the court has passed a judgment, adding that allocations for local government councils must reach them directly. President Tinubu also called for greater inclusion of women in the APC National Caucus to ensure gender balance. Away from that story, President Bola Tinubu has reconstituted the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NEC) board, with Musiliu Oseni emerging as the chairman. Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, who confirmed the reconstitution, says the move followed the Senate's confirmation of the NEC members. According to the statement, Oseni started his service as a commissioner in January 2017. He was subsequently appointed vice chairman of the commission. The vice chairman of the board is Yusuf Ali, who was first appointed as a commissioner in February 2022. He designated as vice chairman took effect on 1st December 2025 and shall remain ineffective until the completion of his first term. Other members of the NEC board include Nathan Shati, who will serve as a commissioner. Shati is in his second term as commissioner after he was first appointed in January 2017. His designation as vice chairman took effect on 1st December 2025 and shall remain in effect until the completion of his first term. Moving on, Vice President Kashim Shettima has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to sustained reforms in the power sector as the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, NDPHC, marked its 20th anniversary. Speaking at the anniversary celebration held at the State House Banquet Hall, Abuja, Vice President Shettima, who acknowledged the NDPHC's contributions to national development over the past 2 decades, described the enactment of the Electricity Act 2023 as a defining turning point for Nigerian's power sector and for NDPHC, noting that the legislation provides clearer legal authority, enhanced commercial credibility, and a stronger institutional footing for the company to compete, partner, and grow in a more open and dynamic energy market. The vice president, who also chairs the company's board, said the milestone presents an opportunity for institutional evolution. According to him, the board is repositioning NDPHC from an integration-driven entity to a commercially disciplined and market-focused enterprise, while remaining faithful to its national mandates. Vice President Shettima also commended President Bola Tinubu for restoring investor confidence in the power sector. Moving on, the Senate has confirmed the nomination of former Minister of Aviation Fani Kayode, ex-presidential aide Reno Omokri, and 60 others as ambassadors. The decision followed the consideration and adoption of a report by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, which screened the ambassadorial nominees put forward by President Bola Tinubu. The committee, in its report, stated that all the nominees were thoroughly screened and found suitable for appointment based on their qualifications, experience, conduct, and knowledge of international diplomacy. Their exercise came about 48 hours after the upper chamber confirmed the nominees of President Tinubu as non-career ambassadors, and in all, the list comprises 34 career ambassadors and high commissioners and 30 non-career ambassadors and high commissioners, bringing the total number confirmed nominees to 64. Away from that story, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control on Thursday destroyed illicit, banned, substandard and unwholesome drugs and pharmaceutical products worth over 55 billion naira in Ibadan, Oyo State. The Director General of the agency, Mojisola Adeyeye, announced the exercise, which took place at a dump site in Moniya, Akinyele, or local government area, as part of the agency's routine mandate to prevent expired, substandard, and falsified medical devices and other spurious or unsafe NAFDAC-regulated products from re-entering circulation. In a statement by the agency's Deputy Director of Pharmaceutical Division, Investigation and Enforcement, Papa Lagos, Florence Uba Adeyeye explained that the products destroyed include substandard and falsified medical products, unwholesome processed foods and food additives, unsafe cosmetics, counterfeit and expired NAFDAC-regulated items seized from manufacturers, importers and distributors. Director General of the agency also thanked the Nigerian Police, Nigerian Customs Service, Nigerian Army, Department of State Services, Pharmacists Council of Nigeria, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Nigerian Security Defense, Civil Defense Corps, and other stakeholders for their collective efforts in combating substandard and falsified medicines and other unwholesome regulated products. Adeyeye appealed to religious and community leaders, health practitioners, journalists, and all Nigerians to educate their families and wards about the dangers of patronizing quacks and unauthorized medicine and food dealers. NAFDAC had in November also destroyed counterfeit, expired, banned, and unwholesome pharmaceutical, cosmetic, and food products valued at an estimated 20 billion naira in Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State. We now move on to the foreign scene. The Australian government has announced a gun buyback scheme in the wake of the Bondi Beach attack, its deadliest mass shooting in decades. The scheme is the largest since the Port Arthur massacre in 1996, which left 35 people dead and prompted Australia to introduce world-leading gun control measures. 15 people were killed and dozens injured when two gunmen believed to have been motivated by Islamic State ideology opened fire on a Jewish festival at the country's most iconic beach. The Australian police also said there was no ongoing reason to detain a group of men who were arrested in Sydney over their extremist Islamic ideology. And now on sports, Nigerian Super Eagles have arrived in Morocco ahead of the 2025 African Cup of Nations, signaling the start of their quest for continental glory. The three-time champions touched down in Fez with confidence, high as they prepare to begin another title challenge on the North African soil. The Nigerian delegation landed in Fez after departing Cairo International Airport, with the Moroccan city set to host all of their Group C fixtures at AFCON 2025. The team's training camp had officially opened in Cairo last Sunday, with team officials and goalkeepers Francis Uzoho and Stanley Nwabali among the first to arrive. The Super Eagles rounded off their preparation with an international friendly against Egypt on Tuesday night at the Cairo International Stadium. Despite a spirited display, Nigerians suffered a 2-1 defeat after Sabad Mahmoud put the host ahead in the 28th minute. Chidozie Awizim drew Nigerian level lead in the first half, but a 54th minute strike from Mustafa Mohammed sealed the win for the Pharaohs. That's all on the news this hour. I am Becky Usor. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.